Hello everybody and welcome back to the Realm of Vasten. I got the old pumpkin head on right now because I've been over streaming in the end, and what am I doing? Where am I going to? And yeah, so I took off my hat because I don't want to die endlessly to Enderman. And you might notice something that's new right here. That's right, it's time we're to break ground on a factory. It's time to break ground on the factory. This is going to be a long build. We're probably going to take we'll do several episodes, then we'll step away for a couple episodes, and we'll come back for several episodes. It'll be kind of like one of those. But this plateau seems like the best place for a factory. I was going to do it over there, but honestly, that area has kind of blown up. And I decided something else. Oh, when I say over there, I mean on the other side of the ship. And I decided something else that I want, and I want train tracks. I want giant, giant, let me show you the other side. Giant train tracks going from one end to the other. Nice. So, here's what I'm thinking. This is a firework factory, and we're going to say fireworks are pretty dangerous. So, I'm going to do the main factory up here. Then, there's going to be a train that goes from here, and it's going to go across to over there. And that's going to be where maybe they're assembled, or maybe the fireworks charges are made over there and then brought over here. I don't know. We'll figure out some reason that they need to be sort of in two separate locations. But yeah, I think this will be really cool. So I laid out that I wanted to go diagonal. I don't want to go a straight train track. I think that's kind of boring, and I want to go really big. So yeah, so these are the actual, like, now it's basically gonna be 2 tracks. So that's not, each one isn't a rail. There's 4 total rails there for 2 trains, right? That's kind of the plan. So I want to kind of, I kind of want to stake my claim to some area, because I'm going away tonight, and I'm not going to be back for like 3 days. So that's a new wheel. That's awesome. Wonder who did that. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have wheels going along here. They're gonna like kind of power the train and then build a train up there that I think should be really cool. So, yeah, so I need to stake my claim here, because you can see things are blowing up. Sai's doing a moon cycle situation over there. There's big bell tower going in. Old Gray Man has that area taken up. There's actually another house Damon's building just on the other. You can't see it right now. It's perfectly obscured by this mass. But yeah, you can just see how much stuff is happening so quickly. I know Stu's been working really hard on landscaping and terraforming down there. That all used to be water, if you remember, and it isn't anymore. So I think that today what I want to do is I want to come over here to the main part of the factory and build out kind of the area that it's going to be. And I guess I put down signs, because I'm like, oh, this is really kind of the last like plateau that's big enough without going far away. And I don't want to go far away. I want to go right here. That's the whole plan of the season. So this is going to be a little rail depot right here. We're going to expand this out. I figure we may as well just start like right there, right? So let's do that. Let's go. Let me see here. This is, this one goes here, so I'm supposed to then go here. So let's just so this is all connected through. We'll go. Oh, you know what? This is slightly messed up. I think that does it, right? Let me see. Is this one right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh man, I just thought about that. If the whole thing was wrong, that would be a disaster. All right. So let's connect these, at least just for right now, this way. And then after I build out the side of where, like the size of where the sort of rail is going to go, then I'm going to have to build a building or something to house this in. So I want to go circle here, and I want this to be kind of like the most oblong part of the circle, if you follow. So let's go 1, 2, and that'll be the smallest bit of it, right? And then we'll go 1, 1, 1. Good. And then we're going to 1, 2. 1, 2. No, 2. You have to go, the one that go out doesn't count. Then 1, let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 3, 4. Yeah, I think this will be good, because one of these trains is going to have to go into the mountain, right? So let me kind of figure, yeah, this will be good. So let's see. So I gotta count this out. If you're ever doing circles, man, use the circle generator. I've done enough of them, and I kind of feel like I have a handle on it. So we go 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and now we're gonna go odd numbers. So 5, 1. There's 5, and then let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's the biggest part of the circle for the train area. I think that will be cool. I'll wrap up the rest of this, and then we'll sort of determine what else is going to go where. I finally got this whole thing filled in, and I'm trying to do some thinking about how I want to do this. Now, the reason I went all stone brick is just because it doesn't matter. It could be any block. I'm going to be using a lot of gravel and possibly concrete powder up here, so I need a block to be underneath it. So really, I just use that for anything, because this is the bottom layer, and there's going to be a lot of stuff on the side. Like you see, it's just a hovering platform for right now. So we're going to build up a whole thing here, but this is where the trains are going to come in. So one train's going to come in over here and probably just end. The other train is going to come in over here, and then it's going to split into another rail that's going to come over this way and go into the I guess the factory proper, right? So I think that the next thing maybe I should do probably is lay out where the factory is going to be, like where the receiving end is going to be. So let's lay out this rail, because I really want this rail to come in like this. So we're probably going to have it come up kind of like this. This is probably going to be the sort of way that we're going to keep the rails where the rails are actually going to be, rather. Now, I don't know what I'm going to make them out of. I've been thinking, I mean, I kind of thought iron blocks, but man, that's expensive. It's really long, so I might just use like black concrete, honestly. Probably that's, or not, I'm sorry, not the black concrete, black terracotta, or something like that. Some sort of really black thing that's going to look kind of like rails. I could use black netherrack as well, because I could use stairs, but yeah, something like this. And they're going to go actually on this block right here. So the reason why I made this here is because I want there to be some depth from the bottom. And so there's going to be another layer up here, and then the rails are going to sit on top of this. So it's going to be actually three layers for these. I think that's going to give a really nice look from the bottom, because you're going to see it. You know, this is a suspended track, or a bridge rather. So okay, so let's build this up. So if from where this comes down is this comes down, then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's going to come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so something like this, and then we'll copy the other one. This is going to be such a cool build. I can just feel it. Even though it's stretching a good bit outside of my comfort zone, personally, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be super, super cool. I can't wait. I can't wait to actually get into the actual building process. And speaking of that, I've been Google imaging a lot, looking for different pictures and trying to decide how, you know, what palette I want to go for this. So yeah, so this train, you can see this one's going to straighten out once we get here, and this one's going to continue on the straight line. And where we're going to go is we're going to go over about here. So let's go right here, and let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, something like this. So it'll be an angle again. I want to keep it all angles. I think it's a way more interesting look. So that'll be fine. And then I've been doing 5 between, so that means it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and I want to go out at the same angle. Like, see where this block comes over, I want this block to come over as well. Anyway, yeah, I've been thinking about pallets, and one of the pallets I definitely want to use brick. I like brick. I like the brick texture that we have a lot, and I just think that it's different than what we've done, different than anything I've done before, really. Even though it's a little bit similar to red sand, and I think you have to connect this, right? I mean, I know that's a steep turn for trains, but let's just pretend, shall we? I know that it probably should be more gradual, but I think once the whole thing gets laid out, it'll look just fine. Yeah, so I'm thinking that we're gonna go brick and like a lot of brick and maybe like a white terracotta. I think that could be really cool. For the general look, it goes really well together, and it's going to play off of Juxie's area down there, which I really like, and we've used some white terracottas too, so it's going to be touched upon in different builds as well. Now, there's going to be other things too. There's going to be a lot of wheels up here, towers and things like that to move these train cars, but I think this is pretty cool. So the next thing I got to do is I got to lay out where the factory is going to be. Now, we're nowhere close to actually building the factory. So let's just grab some dirt. What? Let's just grab some dirt. What's happening here? Why is that happening? Okay, that's weird. Let's just grab some dirt and lay out where it's going to be. Now, I want this to be a door. So this is going to come in through a door, and I'm probably going to have to end up flattening some of this area for the actual factory proper. So let's go right about here. If we go right there for the door, then that's 2 on this side of that, and then we'll come over here and take a look right about there. Right? I mean, I think a train car could get in that as long as the door's high enough. So we'll just do a second block to signify that that is that's a doorway right there. And then now, you know, this is all going to change detailing. Like we could very well come in for 2 and out for, you know, that's how you detail. But I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about general basic shape, you know. So I think we'll do something. I just said that and I just did that. Let's do something like this. Let's bring it in here. I mean, I don't mind. Oops, I don't mind terraforming this at all if that's what is required. But I don't know that do we necessarily need it? Yeah, let's just bring it in like this. This would be like a little storage room or something like that. And I want this factory to be the other thing. I want it to be large. I want this to be a large factory. So, let's see. Overlooking this area could be really cool. We could do some really cool things there. Let's see. Let's bring it from. You know what? Let me flatten this out just a hair, just like that. I did go over to the mining beacon. That's why if you see it, that super fast. I ran over to the mining beacon for all this terraforming that we're doing. Let's do it right here. And I don't have a shape in mind for this factory at all, as generally how I build these days. I don't worry about shapes. I just kind of build according to the landscape. I think it gives you a lot more interesting look in general. So we'll just go right across here, and we're going to go right underneath this thing, it looks like. So what do I want to do? Let's take a look at it. Do I want to get rid of this overhang? Yeah, it's a really small overhang, isn't it? Let's get rid of this overhang right here. Yeah, let's get rid of the overhang right here and I want to keep like I want to keep this cliff for sure, but I think we can probably just make this like a little bit steeper. That way the factory can kind of butt right up next to it. I think that would be a nicer look. So time to do some terraforming. I'll be right back. I hate to do it. I really do. Truly, I hate to do it because I hate flattening things out, but I think I've got to flatten some of this out. I'm just now I want to keep the general parts of the terrain intact because I think it's really cool. Like this terrain's awesome, but there's this area over here that I really want this to all be factory because I want this thing to be freaking huge, you know. I want to have balloons and airships and rails and elevated things, and I want the whole bit, you know. I want all of it. Now, I don't mind that it comes up a little bit here, but you see how all this stuff, I think all this stuff's got to go. I think it's got to go. So, unfortunately, for the terrain, it's not that big. It's not like a huge terraforming job. It's just kind of against how I kind of think of things these days. Like, generally, I don't really do this that much anymore. Like, I might dig a huge hole for like a giant thing, but when I'm building just simple buildings, I try to put them on the terrain more or less how the terrain is because I think that makes it more interesting. But unfortunately, I think that this has got to go. This has got to go. I'm going to leave this here for right now because, but I really like the view. The view also going out is really cool. There's looks like there's a huge floating island over there. You can just barely, sometimes if you peek out the side, you can see it. Anyway, yeah. So I gotta terraform all this stuff. So, well, I guess we'll just terraform it and then kind of figure out the size of this place and see if I need more space or if this is going to do it. All right, time to go sleep, and I just got done digging out where I think the factory is going to be, and I've been listening while I do the monsters nearby. You stupid monsters! I'm just trying to record and talk to my friends and tell my friends what I've been listening to as far as the podcast goes, because you know people might be interested in that. Nope, monsters still nearby. What a bunch of jerks! Stupid monsters. Avalar saved me. So and now it's night. Now it's daytime, so I don't need to sleep. Anyway, I've been listening to a Stuff You Should Know on broken arrows, and if you don't know what that is, it is like the scariest freaking thing ever. I know you come here for Minecraft, right? But broken arrows are when like the United States would lose a nuclear or atomic or hydrogen bomb, like lose it as in like, oops, not sure where it is, or it, you know, a plane crashed and there's one, you know, there's a live, you know, nuclear bomb in it or something. It is unbelievably scary. It's like the scariest thing I think I've ever heard of, ever. So if you want to be scared out of your mind, go listen to That Stuff You Should Know. It just came out this week. I'm recording this January 2nd because, again, I'm going out of town. Anyway, Broken Arrows. So scary, I can't even handle it. I can't even handle what I just listened to. So let's just pretend like I didn't hear it and continue on because I'm a little terrified out of my mind right now at how freaking close the end of the world is. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so here's where I think this factory is going to go. I think it's going to be great. Now the factory is going to be tall, so the fact that I have a cliff coming in the back here is going to be just fine. It's going to be just fine. And we have a second floor here, so I think this will be really cool as well. So this wall is going to come over around here. We might end up having it come out and over, whatever. It doesn't matter. Something like this. Who knows? But then we'll go like this, and then we'll go like this, and then once we get up here, I think we can open this up a little bit more, make it even. Do I not have any dirt? Oh, man. All right, so I want to have like an open air kind of yard area, maybe, who knows, maybe storage, maybe a park. But I know that I want there to be some nature out here. So we're gonna do a little fake wall here, an overpass sort of situation, another factory building over here that I think could be really cool. And then this one will come out here, and I think we'll bring it out here to kind of close in this yard area and bring it over here, and probably have a walkway. So not too big there. That could be offices or who knows what. And again, really just going for interesting shapes more than anything right now. Let me see. This is good, I think. I'm trying to get a good feel. Let me see. So this is going to come out here. Yeah, I think we could do here. You know what could be actually kind of cool is if we did a bit of a circle here. So let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5, and then over here we'll track this line the whole way over here. This will be the other end of it. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's come out. So let's go 1, 2. I'm gonna have to look here because okay, yeah. So I go 2 out here, then 1, and then maybe 1 again, and then 2. Let's try that. See how that feels, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 5. Perfect. That's actually perfect. Yeah. So yeah, so this one, that would be actually a pretty cool look for the main part of the building here. We'll do a little big opening window here, which actually I did kind of something like this in my my palace in the end, and it's just a little too small. So this is quite a bit bigger, and I think it's going to come off a little better. So let's head over to the Adventurers Guild, slip in a spectator, and take a look at the general plan and discuss. Oh, I like the shape a lot. I like the shape a lot, and yeah, it's good. It's not crazy intricate. I think it's a good amount of variation on the shape. I think that's really cool. And then I like the idea of the train tracks here. I think that's going to be really cool going across. I mean, of course, we're going to have lots of supports and stuff. Over here, I don't know what exactly we're going to do of how these train tracks are going to sort out. I might even talk to any of the other guys and see if they want to hitch into one of these tracks and maybe have it go over that direction, or I don't know what. But at least I have kind of the general setup. Setup, I guess. And I think that's probably a good place to wrap this one up. You know, the next step is going to be actually laying ground on the factory proper. So I'm gonna have to go smelt up just a crap ton of brick, which is cool. Brick and glass and white terracotta. If those are indeed what I'm going to be using, I need a lot of it. I don't have that much. So I guess we should probably wrap it up there, and then we'll come back and actually start building the factory proper. And yeah, there's going to be more factories. There's going to be more parts of the factory. This is just the sort of beginning stages, but I think it's a good beginning stage. So thanks for coming along with the journey with me, and I will see you in episode 7 coming up next. Wow, that's hard to believe. And okay, cool, great. Well, I'll see you then. Bye, everybody. Love y'all. See you next time.